Hi guys, people like Nigel Farage, Suella Braverman, Priti Patel, Robert Jenrick, and even the former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak want you to believe that immigrants are the problem. They are in a sense not even human, so they don't deserve respect and dignity. They are a scapegoat for the failings of government. They're the ones putting pressure on housing and the NHS. This sort of rhetoric, as we've seen, has consequences. And the consequence of that rhetoric couldn't have been more clear than what happened to this man called Brendan. Have a listen.
Thugs surround a car in Middlesbrough and set it alight. While this was happening to his car on Sunday afternoon, Brendan was in the middle of a 12-hour shift as a carer, looking after elderly people in the town.
So when I came back home, I saw what happened. I just only saw the remnants of it. It was no longer a car, but a scrap. I couldn't even recognize it. I went to the bathroom. I cried because I know how much it took me to be able to save this money and be able to get this. What am I even doing here? That was the question I asked them. What am I even doing here? I'm here taking care of somebody. I'm here taking care of people, making sure they are okay. They are elderly.
This is heartbreaking. He asked, what am I even doing here? Because we'll leave Nigel Farage aside for a moment, but the rhetoric that we've heard over the last number of years from people like Suella Braverman, Priti Patel, Robert Jenrick, and even the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, was that people like Brendan are not welcome. We don't want you here. That's the rhetoric we've been hearing. These people need to hang their heads in shame. They need to be gone. They should not even be MPs at this stage. They are part of the problem here. They are the ones who have been whipping up anger against people like Brendan. Can you imagine working a 12-hour shift, doing a job that British people don't want to do? He's there to do a job that British people don't want to do. And after 12 hours, you come back and you find your car on fire. What sort of message does this send to people?
Hey guys, so in today's video, we're going to be covering the story of Brendan Nwabuiche. As you saw at the intro video, his car got burnt down during the riots while he was on a 12-hour shift. This story was brought to my attention by the African Diary. Some of us know and follow him on here on YouTube. Some of us follow him on TikTok. He was the one that reached out to me and he was like, wait, have you heard about this? You probably should make a video on it. There's so much more to this story that we're going to be looking into. There was a GoFundMe that was set up by his employer, but then later down the line they started becoming very shady, wanting to reapportion some of the funds that was raised for him, that people donated to him to other areas, other people. So basically they were moving suspiciously. They were moving kind of weird with the money that people had donated to the GoFundMe for Brendan specifically. So people were like, like not under our nose, you people cannot do that. So we're going to get to that, but first things first, I want to let the rest of this clip, this BBC clip that I got, roll, and we'll get into the GoFundMe situation after.
So when I came back home, I saw what happened. I just only saw the remnants of it. It was so painful, and I couldn't even recognize it. I went to the bathroom. I cried because I know how much it took me to be able to save this money. It was a devastating moment for me, and traumatizing also, because the question I asked myself, what am I even doing here? I'm here taking care of somebody. I'm here taking care of people, making sure they are okay. And it's like a dream, a good dream coming to the UK, which then turns into a nightmare.
I didn't want Brendan to have this image of England and that people are like this, and hopefully his faith in humanity is being restored.
So they hoped that Brendan's faith in humanity would be restored. So they set up a GoFundMe for him on his behalf. And by they, I mean his employer at Clare's Care. So they set up this GoFundMe so that the public can help donate for Brendan money so he can buy a new car. The target for the GoFundMe was set at £3,000. But as the universe would have it, within a couple of days, a matter of days, £65,000 was was raised by the public, with one person even donating £1,000. So it was at this junction right here that things started to go south when they saw that the amount that the public donated, the amount that was raised, was way beyond the initial 3K target that they had set. But first things first, I want to read out to you guys the initial caption description that was written when the GoFundMe was first set, right? What they said they were setting up the GoFundMe for. I want to read it out to you guys because this is important, because down the line somewhere, these people allegedly, for legal reasons, they allegedly edited the description of the GoFundMe and what its purpose was going to be for, because like I said earlier, suspicious activities, right? So let's start off by first reading out the original description of what the GoFundMe was going to go for. I want to say in advance, please start preparing your bombastic side eye look, your criminal offensive side eye look, because that's the look you are going to be needing to give these people at the end when we are done looking through this entire situation. Because shady, suspicious, weird. So now onto the first description, the initial description on the GoFundMe. Let's read that. Clare Limited are trying to raise money for one of their employees whose car was burnt out during the riots in Middlesbrough on Sunday, 4th August 2024. Brendan was at work doing a 12-hour shift at a care home in Middlesbrough when he returned home to see his car like this. Brendan has saved up for the past 12 months for his car and was still in the process of saving for his insurance because he doesn't have the option of paying in installments due to being across the seas student. Brendan has worked so hard for this to be taken away overnight by, in quotes, peaceful protesters, as well as our other staff that made the brave decision to walk to work last night as no taxis were running to make sure all of the elderly people in our care homes were still looked after. Their efforts are commendable. Let's join together to try get Brendan a new car. Again, let me repeat. Let's join together to try get Brendan a new car. Any donation would be really helpful. Lots of love, Clare. Again, what was the reason for the GoFundMe is to get Brendan, try and get Brendan, again, heavily on Brendan, try and get him a new car. Please, before we read the edited description on the GoFundMe, I want you to pay very close attention to where the Lots of Love Clare is presently situated and what is above that, because soon all the information we go there on top that Lots of Love Clare go change right under you people's noses. Just now, it go shock you. Sorry for the pidgin English, but yeah, the information above the Lots of Love is soon about to be very different, as you would see now when we start reading the alleged, again for legal reasons. Yeah, that's going to change very soon. So now I'm going to be reading from the alleged edited description of the GoFundMe, and we start to see changes as early as the second paragraph even, right? So the first paragraph pretty much stayed the same, but the second paragraph was like, she's removed some things from it. So remember when we read the first GoFundMe, they made mention of how he's been in the process of saving up for his insurance because he cannot pay in installments due to him being an across the seas student. Now all of that is gone and nowhere to be found in this post. The third paragraph stayed the same. The fourth paragraph as well stayed the same. The fifth paragraph too stayed the same. It was at the sixth paragraph that's when things, we started to see new information that we did not see in the very first GoFundMe description that we had read. Remember when I said that you should pay attention to the Lots of Love Clare and what is above it, right? So when you look at, I'm putting it side by side so you guys can see for yourself and compare these things and, really look into it side by side. The end note there before Lots of Love Clare was looking rather short, right? All they said was any donation would be really helpful. But now we are looking at the new alleged edited post and, the end note is looking, pretty longer. So they said any donation would be really helpful, which was what they said in the previous post, right? But in this post, they continued. And they said any additional money we are lucky enough to raise, we intend to give to our employees that have been affected by having to cancel their shifts at work because they were unable to leave the house. We are overwhelmed by your generosity that we have decided to donate any remaining monies to the churches and mosques that arranged the cleanup within Middlesbrough, as well as anyone else that was a victim of the riots. Lots of love, Clare. Shady, 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 suspicious, 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 weird, weird, weird. So apparently these changes allegedly happened to the GoFundMe description after the amount that people were donating. They saw that it was just going up, 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 up. So from the look of things, it's like they didn't feel like or think that Brandon deserved all of that money. They didn't want to give him all of that money for whatever reason, so they decided to reapportion the most of it to other groups of people and organizations. So the way they were acting and being with the money, being shady and weird with it, basically led to an uproar. People were like, what the F do you mean you are not going to give all of the money to Brendan? Like, we donated this money because of Brendan. Like, this is looking weird. Like, y'all are out here editing descriptions in the GoFundMe. Like, we can't see you making changes. Like, this is getting out of hand. This is looking like scam. This is very suspicious. This is criminal. Like, what are you people doing, right? So people were offended because, like, you raised this money initially. You told us that it was because of Brendan we're donating, and that's who we donated to. So what are you people talking about now? And because they had said in the now, alleged edited post that it is the excess that they are going to be giving to these other new people coming into the picture now and religious organizations. People were now like, oh, so wait a minute, you are only going to give Brendan 3K, because if you say you are going to be giving the excess out, that means that you are saying it's 3K you are going to be giving Brendan out of the money and giving the rest to who knows who at this point, right? So that got people offended because, like, you can't say that. Because really, think about it, that's basically what the alleged edited post is now implying, because the initial target, remember, was 3K, and now they got over 65K even, right? And they are saying now in the alleged edited post that they are going to be giving any additional money to other employees. 65K minus 3K, that's 62K. So 62K is going to be the any additional money that they plan to give out if we are following English here. But they came out with a statement in an attempt to clear the air as to what exactly Brandon is going to be receiving and how they are going to be sharing this money, right? Trying to be transparent here, in quotes, even though shady things has been happening. But anyways, yeah, this is the, in quotes, them trying to be transparent. They said, hi, everyone. Unfortunately, there has been speculation about the amounts Brandon would be receiving. We also intended to fund Brendan's new car along with additional expenses, and stated that anything further would go to help our staff and local charities/organizations in the area, helping those that were affected by the riots. To clarify, the exact amount we have set out as follows. Brandon will be receiving £28,000 to cover the cost of his new car and insurance. Our staff who were affected will receive £1,000. Local charities will receive £36,000, £10,000 of which we have decided will go to Cleveland police officers. Even the police now is getting something. Oh my goodness. Like, are these people not getting paid for their jobs? Is the police not getting funded by the government? But let's continue. The Cleveland police officers that were involved in the rioting will be getting £10,000. Another £10,000 will go to clean up, which included 2 churches in Middlesbrough and 2 mosques. The remaining amounts will go to other organizations, charities, and we will continue to update the fundraiser as we decide on this. If you do not wish for your donations to be used as outlined above, please be assured that you can request a refund of your donation over the week by contacting GoFundMe's team here. There's also another statement here. I'm not sure where this is from, but They said the first and last statement I'll be issuing in relation to the speculations of the GoFundMe page. I won't be replying to any comments. Firstly, when we made the GoFundMe page, we stipulated that we were raising money for a car for Brandon and for charities that supported with the riots. When the GoFundMe page reached as high as it did, me and Brandon spoke about the car he would like and asked if I could help him find one. He also requested some money for a few other things that come to around 28,000. He also informed me of a specific church he would like some of the money to go to. I have received so much hate for not telling GoFundMe to give Brandon the full 60k when that would be illegal, as we would have misled donators by saying some of it would go to charities. We have requested GoFundMe directly pay Brandon and the charities so no money is passed through our accounts. GoFundMe has agreed to release funds once people have had 7 days to request a refund if they wish to do so. If anything, doing this GoFundMe page has cost us money, having to seek legal advice for slander and false statements published. I've had my parenting questioned, threats, countless phone calls, voicemails, text, emails. We've had to deactivate our Facebook, even and Instagram. See, these people just kept on going. The person that posted this to Twitter said, forgetting to mention that she edited the original GoFundMe post, cry me a river. First of all, to be clear, I'm never going to be for anybody threatening anybody's life on the internet or anywhere for that matter even. So I just want to be clear on that. But like, if you say something that this is what you are going to be doing, this is what this is going to be for, like, stick on it. This now cutting through the corners are trying to do some like other activity, change the plan. This is deceptive. Like, this one I not stand for. Like, the entire situation is just crazy, a total mess. The disingenuity is insane. This person on Twitter said Claire is now backtracking but still getting it all wrong. She is a control freak. People kindly donated for Brendan. Can we set up a separate GoFundMe for Brendan and take Claire, not very caring in quotes, out of the equation, please? This was posted 5 days ago. People were even asking for the GoFundMe to be reported. This person said everyone literally needs to report that GoFundMe that Claire created so she doesn't get to keep ish. Then we need to separately create a different GoFundMe for Brendan. Someone else on Twitter said they need to refund everyone at this point, and this was 5 days ago, by the way. And that's 5 days ago as at when I'm recording this video, which is today, Friday, the 16th of August, 2024. But good news, the situation got resolved positively in the favor of Brandon after much campaign and complaints by people online to GoFundMe on behalf of Brandon. He was finally made the only beneficiary to the money that was raised during the GoFundMe. So he will be receiving every single penny, all of that money that he rightfully deserved, that is his. People donated that money to him, and yeah, he's getting it. I think I'm going to end on this tweet by the African Diaries, which I came, by the way, while I was looking into the situation and gathering information for the video. He said, I hope this brother is now looking for another job, because what is this? This man's pain is not the United Nations of pain, where everyone can come and collect from what the people donated for him. Shaking my head. This company shot its reputation in the foot over nonsense. That's weird. Wishing Brandon all the best. I'm happy things got positively resolved at the end in his favor, and I'm happy he got all that he rightfully deserved. I hope he's safe out there, and I hope he's doing well. But guys, what are your thoughts on all of this? Why do you think they suddenly switched up and didn't want to give Brandon all the money that was raised for him, all the money that people donated for him? Why do you think they started dragging all of these entities and people? Even the police got dragged into the list of people they wanted to give Brandon's money to. Like, why do you think they did that? Why do you think they were being this weird and suspicious and downright shady? Share with us down below in the comment section. Let's continue this conversation down there. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, as always, I'll be catching you in my next video. Do have a very lovely weekend. Be safe out there. Until next time, it's bye from Ivie.
I didn't want Brendan to have this image of England and that people are like this, and hopefully his faith in humanity is being restored.
Bombastic side eye, criminal offensive side eye. Do you understand?